The next question comes from one of my best friends, Lilithix, over in the Discord server. Also, make sure you go check her out on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that. She makes amazing content. She's one of my best friends, one of my best content creator friends. Love her. But her question is, I'd like to know more about G's album. How long have you been writing songs for? What kind of genre is it? And how do you think your musical style has progressed over time? Dang, this is actually a really cool question. I love getting to talk about this stuff because obviously, like, basically nobody has heard it yet. Like, I sent some things to my mom. She's heard, like, slight snippets of it, and she thinks it's freaking awesome. So I'm just sort of trusting my mother's judgment that it is actually good. But anyway, I've actually been writing songs for this album for 6 years now. This has been 6 years in the making just because life has been a roller coaster to say the least over the last 6 years especially. There is remnants of my last heartbreak in this album, which it's kind of funny because I've been single for 6 years now, so yeah, you know, it's like heartbreak from like 6 years ago that I was writing about 6 years ago, but it worked its way into this album because it was relevant to some of the other themes I was talking about. Obviously, I'm like way over it. Like, that was like 6 years ago, whatever, but some of the themes just kind of tied in, so there's stuff like that. There's old piano pieces I wrote that end up getting in here. Like, there's a song on the record called Memories, and it's a piano piece that I wrote like 5-6 years ago, something like that, and it's a song about like my childhood and, you know, my abusive parents and all this. It's one of the most raw and vulnerable tracks on the record, and when I went to do this final stretch of recording, right, because even though I've been writing it for like 6 years, I only really decided in the last few months, like, okay, this is gonna be an album. We're like going all in on this thing. You know, that was just one of those things where I was like, okay, I actually don't want to re-record that because the way that I wrote it at the time was perfect. The hook was already perfect. I just had to rewrite the verses because the verses were a little botched. But yeah, outside of that, you know, there's a lot of other stuff on the record too. It's mainly like rap, old school rap, not like the new trap garbage, you know, it's more in the style like old school Eminem and stuff like that. But there's also a lot of other experimental stuff on it. There's actually a full-on like punk rock song. The final song is like an acoustic ballad. There's a straight up like new metal song on here. It's a hate letter to somebody, but I can't exactly say who it's to, but like when you hear the song and you hear the lyrics, it'll be very obvious who it's about, like a certain person in my life. It's a certain type of person that everybody has in their life at one point, so, you know, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together on that, I guess. It'll be pretty obvious when you listen to it, though. But yeah, it's just a very angry hate letter. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of variety on there for some really cool stuff.